For those who have financial education, they understand who William Patterson was. In 1694, he was a financier. He created the Bank of England. And he created basically government debt and linked it, an interconnected debt system, whereas you could not discharge this debt easily. You would restructure the debt, but you can't discharge the debt. That system has went global. And that's why so many nations are in debt that they'll never be able to repay because the system is created where the debt is always restructured. The interest is always collected by those at the top of the food chain. Those who know this understand that the system is rigged now for the young people, especially the young men and the young women getting out of college. So with that being said, we have a generation of selfish Gen X dudes my age and boomers. I bought my house years ago, so I have equity in my home, quite a bit of it. And the same home that I bought at a small fraction of a cost would cost my kids XYZ amount of money to buy the same home today. Wages have not increased that much. And this is why it's very important for family dynamics. And when we talk about that, even in the Black community, people coming together, people, because everybody's have this mindset mentality of, well, first of all, matriarchal culture is completely dysfunctional when men are not in charge, when men are not leading. So I'm able to counter this where my kids don't have to take out 50-year mortgages because my philosophy is to counter this nonsense. You can live here as long as you need to, as long as you're putting 60% of what you earn into the market, dollar cost averages into the market. No bitches in my house. You got to go to the gym. You got to work out. Don't bring no bullshit. You have to help take care of the property. Definitely got to cut the grass. Keep this place clean and squared away. As long as you're doing that, you're basically invisible to me. Buy your own food too. Wash your own dishes. And do not eat the last ice cream sandwich out of the refrigerator. When you get XYZ amount of money working for you at night while you're asleep, my rule for the young people, I want to give them the opportunity to get at least 100,000 or more into an investment and ideally in a growth fund, index fund, because all these expert advisors have found that what you find out is that just having a basic S&P 500, no load mutual funds, low cost at any of these discount brokerages like Charles Schwab, and invested over time, it will double. Whatever you want to buy individually, if you want to invest in AI with Plantis or any of these other companies, you can do that as a young man. But your focus has got to be about making this money, not what these goofy dudes is talking about, trying to coach you with wordless pimp game and how to get old stinky pre-owned used box. If you can't figure out how to get used box, don't even come to my channel, please. You're retarded. I can't help you. Go seek out my brother, the kosher clinician, and get yourself some therapy. We're beyond used box, pre-owned used box. That low frequency shit belongs in the ghetto, pimp cultures, criminal culture, bullshit. And why the hell you trying to swindle some chick out of some used box? That's probably all she's got left to her name. I have more respect for the tricks nowadays. At least they're giving us some money, as opposed to you knowing that there's some chick wants to be in a relationship and you swindling her with sweet talk out of her all she's got. Anyhow, I digress from that foolishness. I'm not engaged in that stupid conversation. I'm more interested in you guys getting ahead financially, finding peace, learning to live life on your own terms or what's good for you. But getting back to my rule of 100,000, I need to see, before you can talk to me about going pickup game and walking up to women trying to introduce them, man, you're crazy. Who has time for that bullshit? You be social, live your life on your own terms. If you meet the 5% women doing your journey and chasing excellence, snatch her up because they are rare. And how will you know? Trust me, you will know. She just moves and operates different. But walking up in women's face like old thirsty bastard trying to look, man, look, if you haven't figured out situations to quench your thirst so that you can get back to making this money and focus on building your life, I don't know what to tell you. But getting back on topic, money makes money. That's what people don't understand. And everybody think you need a substantial amount of money. You go back to the late 90s, Amazon was like, you can get an Amazon for like $1.79 this year. So even if a couple got together and they're both making $50,000, if they're invested and they're doing things together, they can really grow financially. And for you young men, you can really grow financially because you don't want to get to what I see is a lot of young men out here, what I call peacocking for chicken heads. You think because of the culture and how you're raised that you have to look all this flashy, you have to have a new car, you have to be driving some Hellcat, and you're 21 years old. All that shit is making you broke. Can you imagine how many shares of the S&P 500 funds? You know, you go to a company, a brokerage like Charles Schwab, you take that, what's that? Was it SWXPP? I don't have my other phone with me. It's trading at like $17 a share right now. You imagine how much of that shit you can buy, how many growth funds you can buy with that money, instead of peacocking for some low quality women who's going to sleep with some dude tonight who's probably on SSI getting money first of the month. You're crazy to think. Why do you care about people who don't give a rat's ass about you? That doesn't mean you shouldn't be squared away on your game, in shape, looking good, smelling good, being good. You know, why do you need a new car? You know, I always tell people, get the young brothers getting out, get yourself some cars. I have a Toyota out front. Shit that can run, because you're not going to be sitting around anyhow. When you're young, when you have that energy, it's the best opportunity to make money. Trust me, I'm a guy I retired at 46 years old. You know, I'm 51 now. So that's the best time you have the most energy you have. You don't have time to be gaming no freaking chicken heads. Are you lost your mind? That's the best chance to be getting money. Get up in the morning, find something positive to do, get to work. Get a skill, a trade, something that's going to make you money. Your focus needs to be on about making money, because money gives you freedom, leverage, options, optionality. So when you walk in situations and you're social, you're in a position of power and strength in choosing, not just your confidence as a human being, and it's not all centered around money and whatever else. Your development as an entire person must be there, but you need money. How else are you going to pay for shit? You need money. What are you gonna do? You can't live free and live a quality life. You're not gonna be eating good, living good, traveling, enjoying your life on your own terms without money. And you have to invest money. And money has to work while you sleep. And money has to build exponentially and grow exponentially over years. And that's once you get that first baseline and you avoid this debt, which is a debt trap. And I'm going to do a live stream and talk about the banking system and how this credit system was created and the debt that has been entrapped people, enslaved people, living, worrying about the Jones. I have neighbors on my block that have bought new cars. I still drive the same old car. And they'll say to me, hey, when are you going to get that new shit? Whenever you pay for it. I really don't give a rat's ass about a piece of metal outside that just compels me from one place to another. It don't mean a damn thing to me as far as I'm concerned. That one wrecks, the engine fall out of it, I just go and buy another one with cash. Who am I trying to impress? I can give a rat's ass. Anybody I can't borrow 10 grand from today, I don't care about pressing you. I don't care what you think of. I ain't trying to fit into no community image. I don't care if you call me an educated lame. I don't care if the women don't like me. Kiss my ass. A peaceful life has completely checked out, and all I care about is winning in my personal life. And for you brothers, you might want to win silently. Who gives a rat's ass about a bunch of people that, you know, especially people from the community who preach this matriarchal bullshit and just have this poverty mindset and victim mindset? Not all. There's a few of them that do. You got to win on your own as a man. You got to figure out a way to win in this world. Listening to these fools and the advice that they give ain't going to do nothing but turn you in. Your life is just going to be that of a sucker getting exploited out here in this world. So I tried to give the young brothers a little bit of game, especially in the black. Get the hell away. What do you want to be? Look at these dudes who's married, the cucked dudes that you listen to, the cucked dudes. If you listen to them. Everything comes back to bashing men. Well, you guys go ahead and, you if you were in that position, you would have a choice. Yeah, whatever, man. You'd have these choices and that choices of women. Man, you're not getting anything other than retired 304s. And sexual liberation has been going on for the last 70 years. You may get the 5% women if you're lucky, but most of these dudes, man, they're in cucked situations. The women run them, and they're trying to sucker you into these relationships with these women, and ain't nothing changed in the law. Ain't nothing changed in the law. None of them gonna pay your alimony or your child support or your whatever, or none of them gonna help you if that chick is torturing you in that house. The pastor can't help you. None of these brothers are going to give a rat's ass about you. They're not going to do anything about helping you. Your ass is on your own. Make good decisions. And if you do get in there with the 5% women and get yourself contracts, prenuptial agreements. Because at the end of the day, it comes down to leverage. And if you're in a situation where one party is going to have the advantage if they leave, there's no reason for that person to behave themselves or offer you fair exchange and value, because the system protects that person whether they do or not. So anyhow, that's my opinion as far as with the young people. You have to give them extra, you have to give them a boost and try and get them to understand how this financial system works, how the debt system works, so they not become debt slaves for the rest of their life. And that's what you don't want. Ain't nothing wrong with driving. I drive used cars. I bought one new car in my life. I'm 51. Cars just don't matter to me. Not because I can't afford it. I just don't care about a piece of metal out front. It's just gonna, a combustion engine, I do a lot of my own work. So it really doesn't make a difference to me, because who am I trying to impress? Those people who like me like me. Those who don't can kick rocks. What you get is who I am. That's why I can sit here and look at you in the mirror, look at you directly in the camera. I ain't wearing no dark shades, sitting in some rental luxury car or trying to flex material goods. And it's easy for me because I don't have, what are they going to do? Discover me as some YouTube fraud? Good luck, because this is who I am. There's no fake persona or no, look at me. I just I'm walking around with 3 hoes and look at my car and look at my expensive house and all this other bullshit. Nonsense. Grown men flexing like they're little children, like they've never had anything good in your life. It's rubbish. So you got to be careful who you listen to, guys. I'll be honest with you. The majority of these content creators are either cock dudes trying to roll your ass under the bus with marriage, or dudes that just never matured, never really had anything good, never really have any real success in life. And their first time they taste money, they go buck wow. And it's almost disturbing, to be honest with you, man. But anyhow, guys, young men, stay strong. You got to get up out those basements, though. You got to get out here making money. Forget about these women. You need money to live the life that you want to live as a man, to have the freedom, to buy the things that you want, you value for you. So peace and blessing with you guys. Hey, happy Saturday morning. I'm about to get myself ready. Of course, you know what I start my day with. I head to the gym. I'm out.